Afternoon everyone and welcome to my YouTube channel. So we are here on bond energy, which is chemistry. So now, when answering questions on bond energy, there are several terms that we need to understand. The first one, which is enthalpy. So enthalpy is defined as the amount of energy contained per 1 mole of the substance. So the amount of energy that a substance, it could be a compound or anything that it has, it is called the enthalpy per 1 mole. Then we also have bond energy. So bond energy is the amount of energy required to either break or build a bond. That is 1 mole of a bond. So that is what bond energy is. So now, if we are calculating the change in enthalpy. The change in enthalpy, which is the change in the amount of energy. So for you to calculate the change, you must first look at what you started with, of which they are reactants. So we have the bond energy, or the change in enthalpy should be equal to the bond energy of reactants minus the bond energy of products. So this is the formula that can be used to find the change. So this represents the change. So the change is equal to the energy of bonds of reactants. So you move from reactants, you subtract from the products in order for you to see the change in the energy. So with that, the question we have here is calculate the enthalpy change for the bond between chlorine and hydrogen gas. So when answering questions on the change in enthalpy, we always have to balance the equation, since we are dealing with the balanced chemical equation. So with that, we can answer this question. So this means to say, if chlorine bonds to chlorine, the amount of energy required is this. Hydrogen plus hydrogen being bonded to hydrogen, what is required is that. So we are going to use our formula, but before that, we can write this equation in terms of how it is connected. So how it is connected, we are going to say, since we have our chlorine, so we have hydrogen. So this equation can be written as hydrogen being bonded to another hydrogen. So we have plus here, we have this chlorine, it is bonded to another chlorine, that is the meaning. So it should be able to produce 2 moles of hydrogen being bonded to chlorine, or 2 hydrogens and 2 chlorines. So that is how we write it. So with that, we can now use the formula for change in enthalpy should be equal to the energy of reactants minus the summation of the energy of products. So this is the formula that we use for change in enthalpy. So therefore, the energy, which is the summation of the reactants, we are going to look at hydrogen being bonded to hydrogen. Here we have hydrogen being bonded to hydrogen. The energy per kilojoule of the mole is 436. So we are going to write that. So we have 436. We are going to add with another reactant, which is chlorine plus chlorine being bonded to chlorine. We have 243. So we have 243. We subtract minus the energy contained by the product. So here we have 2 moles. So these 2 moles should be included. So we have 2 moles of our HCl. So our HCl, we have, when hydrogen bonds to chlorine, we have this amount of energy required. So we have 431. So we are going to add this. So when we add 436 plus 243, what we are getting is a 679. Minus, we have this. So when we multiply 2 by 431, we are getting 862. When we subtract these, what we are getting is a negative 183 kilojoules per mole. So this is how we find that question. So we are going to attempt another one.